Imagine someone collapses in front of you. Right now, on a busy street, surrounded by people, they drop. They don't get up. And you, along with every single person around you, do nothing. Not because you're cruel, not because you don't care, because of something buried so deep in your brain you don't even know it's happening. This is the bystander effect. And once you understand it, you will never look at a crowd the same way again. In 1967, psychologists John Darley and Bib Latane ran a simple experiment. A participant sat alone in a room, connected by intercom to what they believed were other participants. Over the intercom, one voice began to have what sounded like a seizure, gasping, choking, asking for help. When participants believed they were the only one listening, 85% left the room immediately to get help. Almost everyone. But when they believed 4 other people were also listening, only 31% helped. And many never helped at all. The difference was not empathy. It was not courage. It was arithmetic. The more people who might be responsible, the less responsibility any single person feels. Darley and Latané called this diffusion of responsibility. Your brain, without your permission, does a quiet social calculation. If someone else can help, maybe someone else will. And if everyone thinks this at the same time, no one acts. But there is a second force, quieter, more dangerous. Psychologists call it pluralistic ignorance. When something ambiguous happens, a person slumped on a bench, a sound from the next room, you look around. The people nearby look calm. They're walking past, carrying on. And your brain reads that calm as information. It concludes, if something were really wrong, someone would be reacting. The problem is that every person around you is doing the exact same thing. You are all watching each other for cues. You are all performing calm. And you are all being misled by each other's performance. The group builds a false reality, and everyone inside it believes it. This is not stupidity. This is one of the oldest features of the human social brain. Your ancestors lived in small groups for hundreds of thousands of years. In those groups, reading the behavior of others was survival. If no one around you was alarmed, there was probably no predator. Social mirroring was accurate, life-saving information. But in a crowd of strangers, this ancient system misfires. You outsource your judgment to the group. The group outsources its judgment to you. And no one acts. In a landmark 1981 meta-analysis of over 50 studies, Latané and Steve Naida confirmed the effect held across cultures, across genders, across decades. The larger the group, the less likely any individual was to help. You are not exempt. The version of you who believes they would step forward has never been tested, and the research strongly suggests the crowd would win. But here is the part almost no one tells you. The bystander effect can be broken, not by heroism, by knowledge. When participants were educated about the effect before the scenario was staged, intervention rates rose dramatically. Naming the invisible force gives your brain the counter-signal it needs. A force you can name is a force you can resist. And there is one more tool. Psychologist Robert Cialdini found that the most reliable way to trigger help in an emergency is specificity. Not shouting into a crowd, looking directly at one person and saying, "You, call 911 right now." The moment you single someone out, you dissolve diffusion of responsibility. One person is responsible, and that person will almost always act. The same social brain that freezes in ambiguity responds immediately to direct designation. So here is what you know now that you didn't before. When you walk through a crowd, you are not a free agent making independent judgments. You are a node in a social network, filtering your responses through the responses of everyone around you. The crowd is not other people. The crowd is a system, and you are part of it. Tonight, when you pass a stranger who looks like they might need help, your brain will do its quiet arithmetic. It will scan the faces around you for permission. It will feel the pull of the crowd's collective inaction. Now you know what that feeling is. What you do with it is yours to decide.